Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Golden Kamuy season 4 episode number 9 reaction. So the previous episode, it was another brilliantly made episode. The whole episode tricked us, and when they revealed the whole trick about the multiple personality disorder, everything made sense. Before that, everything was going on chaotically, and like they do it so well, and it's crazy how I didn't even kind of think about something like this happening. So when it was revealed, I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, all right, that kind of makes sense now that I'm getting to know what's actually happening. And it was brilliant. The prisoner that we found, I forgot his name though. I think can't remember his name, but anyways, we were able to meet with him, talk with him, and up until the end of the episode, we were under the impression that there were multiple people beside him talking to everyone. But then we realized he's the one who's playing all the roles in his head. And in his head, because he's not able to forgive himself, and because of a little bit of misinformation about bears coming and killing their family because he thought they were punishing him for what he did in his childhood. He, in his head, constantly made up a Wenkamu, and that Wenkamu came in, killed people, killed him, and he became the Wenkamu. And then he, as the Wenkamu, started killing people, and after he killed someone, he became human again. Like that's how it went in his head, and he has been doing like this up until the end. So in the end, when they were able to weaken him as a Wenkamu, he's human, the part tried to kill the Wenkamu and kill the Wenkamu, and as a result, he killed himself because he's a Wenkamu by with that poison arrow. So it was brilliantly done, like such a well-made episode, and that's what happened in the end. Ashipa said that we need to actually, like as I news, we need to tell people the legends without any misinformation. The stories, the stuff that we tell our kids, we need to say that without any misinformation. Otherwise, this is going to happen. So yeah, that's how that ended. So let's see what happens in this episode number 9, I think. Wait, I just forgot. My God, just a minute. Let me just check. Otherwise, it'll be episode number 9. So yeah, let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. So here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Inkarat. It's been a while we've seen her. Oh wait, did he come back? Tanika was supposed to. Oh, oh boy. Great. Yeah, yeah. Is that so surely? Wow, this dude is so manipulative. Good God. Damn. So he's like, yeah, you've been doing this for so long. Now you suddenly want to go away. Mm. Whoa. Oh. All right. So, oh God. So now he cannot. Oh God. Oh God. Ah, damn. Surumi. And now look at this. What are they doing? They're. Oh, what? Oh, is this how they. Chisado. Hmm. Yeah, they just got this tattoo by like coincidence. Suddenly. Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, is this something? What? Damn. Ah! Yes. Oh. Samples of. Okay, that's why. Wow, that's impressive. Hmm. 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 Yeah, maybe. Like, why are we just assuming that nobody knows? Yeah, except no Perago. Yeah, makes sense. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, that'll be like we're going to a very roundabout way, I guess. Wow. What? What? She goes to like pirate? Oh, oh, oh! We already have it. All right. How many prisoners were like? I guess so many. This is him. Wait, is this the guy we see in the opening? I think so. It's him, isn't it? Yep, that's him. Botaro the pirate. 35 minutes, that's crazy. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, wow. That's crazy. He's made for this. Mm. Wait, what? Oh, is that why he got arrested? Ah. Mm. Karachi River. They're playing Hanafuda? Yeah. Yeah. That pun. Wow, look at them. Just. Whoa, wait, what? Oh, he's back. Ugh. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. Whew. Yep. What the hell is. Hmm. Wait, did he miss? Oh, because of his eyes? Is it? Like he's practicing to properly, like, like I'm guessing getting used to it. What the hell? Who's this? What the hell? Yo. Oh my god. What? Who? Okay, great. Another prison. Is this that guy? The diver guy? What the? Why? Random, like what? Yeah. God, Takugoku. Mm, wow. Yeah. 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 Yeah, we saw the tattoo, so like he was quite tall. Like, oh, okay, okay. Wait, who? Yeah, that is also true. Like, he's just. Hmm. What the? What's happening? Did he? Why? Okay, what's going on? One of the escape prisoners. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, he was probably investigating the horse. That horse that died. Wait, Surumi. Pretended to shoot. Hmm. Wait, this is. Oh, Usami. I wonder if Surumi also manipulated him into joining him or something, just like all the other people he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Let's see what he did. Oh god, here we go. Surumi's typical 2 years earlier. Yeah. Hmm. Tomoharu. Everything looks peaceful here. What's going to happen? Hmm. Yeah. Wow, everything's so peaceful. Hmm. 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 Yeah, what? Why is he so? Is it because Surumi is leaving? He wants to get stronger or something? Ah, there you go. Yeah, he wants to get stronger before. Oh, that's why. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, he knew. Oh, that's why he was like, "Oh, I need to go." So we're gonna fight outside. All right. Oh, that's why he's like, yeah, like it's like his mental, like like a goal. Ooh, what the? Yo, what's going on? What the hell? What? What? What happened? Wide open. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, this. Damn. What he said? What? Oh, that part. Oh, yo, he didn't like that. He was like, yeah. Yeah, this kid is. Usami is nuts from the beginning. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yep, he is just partners in crime. Wow. All right. So, okay, what? Oh, whoa. Is that why? Wait, the horse died. So is remembering everything because of the dead died horse. Yeah. Wow. Holy place. All right. Yeah. Great. Then blamed human. Oh. Yeah. Well, Surmi got the perfect person to be his. Um. Yeah. I was just saying this. He's like perfect person to join my. Yeah, to join my seventh division. Get your soldiers to kill the enemy. Okay. Love for the superior, loyalty. Oh God, yep, there you go. Battling guilt. Wow. Wow. Yep, like him. He understands. He's like, yep, he's just like me. Oh, just like me. Just like me. A kindred spirit. And that's it. Wow. That last scene of Surmi just talking about what makes people kill, that was just. Oh boy. I was wondering, okay, like this time it's Usami. So what crazy thing did he do to Usami to manipulate him into helping him out? Turns out he didn't do anything in this situation. He just found him out. He just found that, oh, this guy, he's like this from the beginning. So all I need to do is just accept him. That's also we did here. Unlike what's his name? Unlike Koito, unlike Tsukishima, and like all these people who like is has joined him, and like and Ogata as well, I guess you can say. Like who joined him because he kind of manipulated the whole situation into making them join him without really completely manipulating. Like this is the thing that Sumi does. He manipulates stuff, but at the same time he really doesn't do it too hard. Like there's like false and truth mixed in that manipulation, which is something that is like that is kind of crazy. I've never really seen any anime character do this. Either characters completely manipulate by like lying to the other person, or they tell the truth. But the good thing that like the thing that makes Surumi so good is that he mixes lies and truth together, which kind of, I don't know, makes the whole like manipulation more authentic in my opinion. As they say, if you want to if you want to make a lie succeed, you need to mix truth into it, so that like it helps. It acts as a like a sponge to, like, if someday it's found out that it's a lie, the truth acts as a sponge to kind of suck up the resentment other people might feel for you, because they'll be like, oh, there was part truth mixed into it. And that's exactly what happened to what's his name, Tsukishima, because the way Surumi manipulated Tsukishima was truth and lies mixed into it, and in the end, it was like a very open-ended, like, situation where nobody knew what happened to the girl. Like they kind of ended it in that way. So even when Tsukishima realized what actually happened, he was like, you know what, all right. And then like so Surumi kind of saved him as well from, like, like his own head got blown off almost. So like these things, like mixing truth and lies into the manipulation, bringing them in, and actually, like, like kind of helping them out in different situations, and doing, like, like being like a proper superior, is something that Surumi does, and it works pretty well. Like, it's crazy. So I was wondering what type of lies and truth did he mix in Usami's backstory, like in Usami's, like, like whole joining Surumi, and, like, going together with him. Turns out he didn't do anything. Usami was from the beginning like this, and he just accepted it. That's all he did. He was like, yeah, you know what? Fine. Like, come, welcome to my seventh division. And that's all he did. And he realized that he was like, oh, I found a diamond, like in the rough. And all I need to do is polish him. And that's why he said, like, in the end, that there are a few people, who are like like from the inside, they're like killers. Like, they don't feel like regret, or, like, like what's that word, uh a hesitation in, like, taking a life. And yeah, that's Usami. All right, so in this episode, we begin with right, Tanigaki being confronted by Surumi, and here again, Surumi kind of like manipulates Tanigaki as well, because he tells him that, oh, I've like like transported in Karamat to, I think, what did she say, like he has transported her Abashiri? No, he, oh no, he didn't say where he like uh, transported. He said like she's not in Abashiri anymore. He transported her somewhere else. And like obviously Surimi is like not Surimi, sorry, Tanigaki is like, oh, like I really don't like, if you try to like kind of um threaten me or like manipulate me and blackmail me like this, I really won't have anything else to help you out, because yeah, like I just want to leave. I don't want to be in this whole like thing again. Why this guy, I always forget his name, there's this other guy. He says something that's kind of interesting. He says that, oh, you want to just leave like this, like you were here with us from the beginning, so you just want to. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this part. Uh, uh, a nameless peasant wouldn't know anything about those soldiers who died fighting. There you go, and were never repaid for it. But you do. Can you live your life like you don't? So yeah, he's basically saying like, yeah, you've been with us for the whole time. You've done your fair share of stuff. So now you just want to just cut off your past and just start over? Nah, it's not that easy. Will you be able to do it? And yeah, but Tanigaki is like, oh, I won't be useful to you. I'll bring down the moral, this and that. And yeah, and Surumi is like, oh, Inkarmat is probably going to escape now that she's recovered. But yeah, like I don't think that's happening because she's pregnant with your child. And there you go. This is where the whole manipulation starts. He's like, gives him the gun, and he's like, there you go. You have your reason for helping me out now. So what you're going to do is you're going to sneak in and get closer to Sugimoto, because yeah, obviously he's not going to be suspicious of you, and then do the job. So that's his whole plan and his whole way of doing this. So yeah, let's see what happens, because Tanigaki is too loyal. I like even if it's like on the whole Inkarmat situation, he's being blackmailed by like the whole Inkarmat situation. I feel like he's going to try to find out some way to, like, yeah, he's obviously going to act as if he's doing what Surumi is telling him to do, but I feel like he's going to try to find out some way to secretly somehow tell, or like somehow like bring this to Sugimoto's notice. And I don't know, like some kind of something he'll do. I don't think he's just going to go and try to kill Sugimoto or do something like that, but I feel like he's probably going to try to do something else here. Like he'll try to keep both things balanced. Like the whole Inkama situation, he's not going to like he'll try to keep Surumi like at bay. At the same time, he's also not going to do anything to Sugimoto, but somehow try to tell him what's going on. And hopefully like we come to like some kind of a conclusion, or I don't know, let's see. Either way, that was that. Now next we get to see Sugimoto and his group has found the not found but like taken off the tattoo from Heita, I think that was his name, yeah. And okay, so I love how Shiraishi and Sugimoto's like, all right, we kind of got a little bit distracted with the whole platinum nonsense, but nah, you know what? Gold, that's what we want. Like, we're not going to look at platinum at all. And Shiraishi's like, yeah, dude, like totally, like we were wrong, like no more platinum. And when Ashiripa's like, oh, what is this? Takes out the thing, the case with the bear like inscribed on it, takes it out, and something falls down, and she's like, oh, it must be platinum, and they're like, oh, my platinum, just jumps on top of it trying to get it. But anyways, okay, so here we get to see that okay, yeah, so here we get to see that Heita has kept samples of gold in like little packets, and he has like written down which place it is from. And he used to say how he could, like, good people, like like people who are like masters at their craft like him, can actually look at the gold the way they are and kind of say like, oh, it's from there. Now you know what, it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, like the gold is definitely coming from somewhere, like probably like it's probably scattered around here and there, and probably just seeping in into the water and just somehow like getting swept up. So it would make sense here they kind of give us a little bit of a like visual of how the gold looks like Ubari River. The gold pieces are kind of like not too small, not too big. Shiribeshi Toshibetsu River, very like finely ground gold. Tombetsu River, smaller than the other one, and Shiriushi River is like big chunks. So it kind of makes sense, like I said, because like since it's going down the river, like it's get like it's getting corroded, like it's kind of breaking down into like small little parts, and it would make sense like the origin of where the gold is coming from. The more it's closer to the origin, the gold pieces will be bigger. So Shiruishi River is probably close to the place from where the gold was like found, and that is why it's like big chunks. And so if you see like these big chunks, you'll be able to say like, oh, this came from here. And then Shiribeshi Toshibetsu River is like the finely grounded one. It's probably very long distance from the origin point of the gold. And if you see that, you'll be able to say, oh, it's from this place. Makes sense, that how he was able to kind of decipher which place it is from. Okay. So, alright. Here Shiraishi talks about how some other people might know, like except Nopperabo, some other person might know where the gold is, and he's like, yeah, Nopperabo was alone in this whole thing. That amount of gold, you think he was able to alone like, carry it down up to the the place where he hid it? There you go. There's a possibility that someone else might know where it is. That's why Nopperabo moved it after that, right? Yeah, but remember, it was just him. It's tough to move a lot of gold alone. So I figure he cannot have moved it far. And how would we find an Ainu who knew an original hiding spot? It's likely they'd live near the river where the gold was first found. Oh no, so he's saying that, no, he's not saying that someone helped him carry it. He's saying that since it was a big amount, he probably hid it like close to the river or someplace. So, because he wasn't able to take it at a big distance. And so he's saying like there's one might know, some Ainu might know about this, who lives close to the river where the gold was first found. Okay, that is what Shiraishi is saying. Alright, so, and he says, which means we can look at the gold and find out which river it was taken from. Interesting. Alright, so I understand what he's trying to say, because while reacting, I really don't understand what he was trying to say. So basically what Shiraishi is trying to say is like, then next what he says is like, the gold, like that, what's his name, that Nopperabo had, that he hid somewhere, like if we find that gold out, that little amount of gold, we will be able to know from which river it was taken. And if we can understand which river it was taken from, since the gold probably is hidden somewhere close to the river, we can kind of decipher it. So obviously Sugimoto's like, how are we even going to find that sample of gold from Nopperabo's treasure? We don't even know where it's hidden. How will we find out? Yeah, Shiraishi says that, did you forget, Nopperabo took some of the gold and fled. His ship capsized while crossing a lake and the gold down with it. Lake Shikotsu. And so we find that gold. So how do we find that gold? And here is where we come across the other dude, the prisoner guy who can dive very, deep. Okay, so Shikotsu is the deepest lake in Hokkaido. There's no way we can dive down and get anything. At which Shiraishi is like, oh, here we go. I already have it. Shikotsu Lake Pirate, like that gold. We already have it. So he's like, look at this. It's already been found. Who's pirate? Okay, so one of the escaped prisoners from Abashiri, and especially fierce and tough one. So Heita cooperated with him. So they kind of show us 1 year earlier at Shikotsu Lake, this happened. Heita was there, and this guy was also there with him. And I think he said something like, I can keep my breath hold up to 35 minutes. That's crazy. And he took the breath and dived down, and you can see, like, he has like webbed hands. Probably like it adapted itself because he dives so much. And like his legs are very long because it's like acts like a fin, like a fish, so it can dive like better. And they say, like, since the child he'd been working carrying lumber on the river, and that is why he's so easily able to move underwater. And he was able to find the gold from there. That is how. So Shiraishi says that since they already have the sample, okay, wait a minute. There's a few things written on the thing. Topu River, Sao River, Soraichi River, Shiruishi River. Okay. He says that look at this. Like, looks like Master Heita already identified it. So there's a few names, like not one name, but like a few of the names there, like 4 or 5 names of the rivers. So I'm guessing Heita wasn't probably able to pinpoint it. He was like, oh, there's like 4 potential suspects. These 4 rivers are potential suspects. And yeah, Sugimoto said if we go to these rivers, we can get the pirate. We can catch the pirate. Okay, so here's the whole thing. Like, this part is a little bit complicated, not that much complicated if you understand. So basically what is happening here is that Shiraishi says that Nopperabo, he found the gold from the river. Like, from the river he found it. So which river he found it, we need to know that river. Because if we're able to know that river, we will know that beside that river, nearby somewhere, the gold is hidden. Because Nopperabo must not be able to transport that huge amount of gold, like at a more distance from the river. So the first thing we need to do is identify the river from where he found the gold. And Heita does that. Heita already does that. So so that's how we can get to it. But then the question is, if we need to identify the gold, we need the gold at the first place, the sample of it. That is where Shiraishi says that, yeah, do you remember, Nopperabo took a little bit of that gold with him and went to Lake Shukotsu, where his boat capsized. So the gold fell down, underwater, deep underwater. So that gold, if we're able to find it out and we're able to track where it is from, we will be able to go to the origin point of the gold, that is the river from where Nopperabo found the gold. And if we find that river, we can easily track it back to the place where it's hidden in, because it's close to the river. So how do we find that sample gold? We already have it. We don't need to find it. We already have it. And he shows that, that part, that thing, the packet, and he says like, this was found out by this guy, this pirate guy, and he was the one who helped Heita to find the gold. And after finding that gold, Heita already kind of made out a few of the origin points of the gold, like 4 or 5 of the rivers. He was like, oh, these might be the places. He wasn't able to pinpoint it, but he was able to find 4 or 5 of the rivers. So what we now need to do is we need to go to these places, because obviously, we might be able to find the pirate over there. Because now this part I'm kind of not understanding. Why would we find the pirate near those rivers? Is it because he's also trying to find the gold? That is why he might have went there, one of the places. Is that why? Maybe because the pirate found this gold sample in Shikotsu. So why would he go to the origin point of the gold unless and until he himself wants to find the gold? That is my only guess. This is the little part that I don't understand. Or I understand it's probably I'm not clear about it. So I'm guessing the pirate is probably going in these rivers, because he's also trying to find the gold, and that is why Sugimoto's like, yeah, if we go to one of these places, we'll be able to find the pirate out. And that is how we'll get more information as to what happened and this and that. I think that's what's going on. Anyways. Okay, wait a minute. What was his name? I think his name was Botan or something like that. I forgot. Just a minute. No, Botaro. Sorry, not Botan. Botaro. Okay, so yeah. Now, next we get to see that Kadokawa and this guy, I think his name is Kiraus or something, they're just playing Hanafuda. And Kadokawa's kind of cheating, and Kirasu is like, oh, don't peek. And there's a little pun here, I think, like a Japanese wordplay a little bit. Like, don't peek at my asshole, and the pun with the whole. Wait a minute, let me just check the pun out. He's speaking. Shiri nozoki shita. Yeah, shiri nozoki shita. Shiri means ass. Nozoki means peep. Yeah, you're peeping under the. I guess this is like one way of saying like, oh, you're peeking. So shiri nozoki shita, which is literal meaning is like you're looking at my ass. It's like that. Okay, I understand that pun. I understood it. Oh, God, because he used to do it, in the in the prison and all that. Okay, now next, Nagakura comes in and he's like, "What the hell are you guys doing? Just playing around." And yeah, then random Ogata's just there, just sitting, laying down. So okay, now Ogata gives them information. Few things he tells them. First of all, he talks about Sophia, and he tells how Sophia will definitely come to take back Ashiripa. And number two is that Ashiripa has probably remembered something about the gold. So he's like, these are the big informations that I have. So he's like, yeah, like we can take it a little bit slow because Ashipa and Sugimoto also needs their like to get their hands on the tattoos which we have and Surumi has. So they won't really be able to get the gold immediately. So we can kind of take it a little bit slow. He says that, and it's interesting because like I feel like I never really understood how the whole tattoo system worked, but I kind of understand it now. So basically, this is my understanding. Like, what Wilk did is that he made the tattoos in the put the tattoos, inscribed the tattoos on the prisoners. And if you remember, he like kind of like there's like these like curved lines on the tattoos, and then there's like some letters on top of it in like in circles. In circles, there's some letters written. So I feel like so what's basically happening is I think that first of all we need the map, which is literally the tattoos. That's why we are trying to gather all the tattoos at the same place. That's number one, like a requisite. Number two is Ashripa. Ashripa has some kind of a code word, like something she knows that kind of is going to pinpoint where the gold is. So those words in circles on top of the tattoos are hint to that, I think. So there's three things that are in play here. This is what I think. I might be completely wrong. Three things at play. First is the tattoo, which is literally the map. Second is the letters on the names. That is another thing that we need. And third is Ashripa's knowledge. So all these three things combined, we will be able to pinpoint the places. Like the letters on the map with Ashripa's knowledge, if you mix that together, we'll be able to find an exact location, I think. And the tattoos in itself is the map. So we need the map and the exact location. So that is what we need. So all the three things we need, like not three but two, the tattoo and Ashripa. Like the tattoo has the both things, like the map and the hint to it, and Ashripa has the finalizing hint, which can pinpoint the location. So these two things we need, Ashripa and the tattoo. So if we have neither of those, we won't really be able to like do it, because if Ashripa, even if Ashripa remembers she does remember, if she's able to figure out the whole like code, we won't be able to pinpoint it because we don't have the map. And even if we have the map, if we don't have Ashripa, we won't be able to pinpoint it because we don't have Ashripa. I think this is how it works. I don't know, I might be completely wrong, but this is how I envision, because up until now, like the whole tattoo system kind of like somewhere like kind of made me confused as to how does it work, but I think this is how it works. Anyways, so now next we get to see Ogata's kind of trying to kill like ducks. Now this part again, like I don't know what he was trying to do. Like I'm guessing he probably was trying to make it so that his eyes can get properly, like kind of gauge the distance, because one of his eyes is like he cannot use it now. So like you can understand this whole thing. Like if you look at something with two eyes, it's something different. If you close one eye, like like the distance kind of changes. This whole thing. And I remember this is also another way you can know which one is your dominant eye or something. Like like you kind of put one eye like like close like this and see something at the distance, and if you change to the other eye, like the one where it's going to move the most, I think is not the dominant eye, or is it the dominant eye? I forgot. But anyways, something like that. So I'm guessing, obviously, like with one eye kind of not being able to use it, his distance gauging, like the way he gauges distance is kind of messed up now. So that's why I think he's trying to like kill, like shoot birds, and trying to kind of like get himself used to using one eye. I think that's what he's doing. I'm not really sure, because he actually missed the ducks. That is why I think that's what he was doing, trying, because he never misses, So yeah, he's trying to like gauge the distance and properly, like, kind of see what's going on, and try to, like, yeah, do it. All right. Now next we get to see this whole person, this serial killer situation. We get to see this guy. Now this is someone else. At first I thought this was Botar. What was his name? The pirate guy. I thought it was him, but it doesn't make sense. Why would it be him? Because, like, this guy's a bit tall. That's why I thought it's him. But never mind. I don't think it's him. It's not him. It's someone else. They literally said that it's someone else from the prison. So this guy, he kills like one of the girls, and like the very gruesome way of killing. So like this whole reporter and everything, like, like it's getting reported, and this guy, he's like, what's his name? Just a minute. His name is Ishikawa Takuboku, author famous for his poetry book A Handful of Sand. Is this based on a real person? I don't know. Anyways, so he is like, oh, look at this. He brought this whole, like, information to Hijikata, and he's like, oh, look at this, like, like it's going off the shelves, in my news report. And Naokura's like we know all of this. Like, bring us some other, like, information. And okay, so yeah, so they talk about like which person might be the potential serial killer, and they ask Kadokura, like, who do you think it is? And Kadokura is like, there was a man who was imprisoned in Awashiri after brutally murdering a prostitute in Yokohama. Okay, Hijikata says, if it's a prisoner, it's extremely dangerous to let him attract this much attention, which is so true. So yeah, police are going to be putting a lot of effort into finding him, and the ruffians from 7 divisions are sure to hear about it as well. And yeah, that's what happened. So here we get to see Usami looking at like a horse dead. Now this thing, at first I thought it was Usami who killed the horse, but I don't think so. He probably just saw the horse and he was like, oh, this reminds me of my past. And yeah, so later on Surumi, like, gives this guy just a minute, what was his name? Like, let me check again. Surumi tells Kikuta, yeah, that's his name. So many characters in this show, I just cannot remember a few of the names. Kikuta. So he's like, Kikuta, you're going to, like, go to Sapporo, and Usama is going to go with you, and he's going to help you out. And he's like, yeah, he's going to, like, help, like, and he's going to be of good use in Sapporo. And I think Surumi obviously realized, like, this whole, like, serial killer business, Usama will be able to relate to it very much, and that's why he's like, oh, he'll be of good use, like, this is just up his alley. And then a little flashback backstory. And here we get to see how, in the beginning, Surumi starts with a question. He's like, to the master of the dojo, he's like, do you know soldiers who spent hours and hours of training, but when it come to fight, they only pretended to shoot? Yeah, so he's like, I've heard that the same thing happened in the American Civil War. Even if they do shoot, they don't aim at the enemy. Vast majority of the soldiers are reluctant to kill and will avoid it if they can. Alright, so there you go. That is how he starts the whole backstory. Makes sense because we get to this part later on back again. So yeah, we meet Usami here, and obviously I don't think he was called Usami here. He's called something else. Let me check. Tokishige-kun. Oh wait, it's Tokishige's first name. Usami Tokishige. Oh yeah, there you go. That's fine. I thought he had a different name or something. I don't know why I thought that. But anyways, yeah, Usami Tokishige. So Usami is like very happy. He's like, like, Surumi is here. And he's just like, like from the beginning he was like this. He was just so like, happy when talking to Surumi. Okay, so he talks about the dojo. He talks about how this place is like the holy place or something like that. Yeah. All right. So a little bit back, we get to see Usami talking about like the dojo to his parents, and I think his sister or something. She was like, when he said like, "Oh, Surumi's there," she's like, "Oh, like Surumi." The way she reacted there. Oh god. And the dad's like, "What the hell? Who's that?" I went to Tokishige's dojo and saw this handsome young officer. Okay, and yeah, we see Usami like like in like like helping out Surumi. Surumi is doing the water wheel thing, and yeah. So as always, Usami is very happy, and now we get to meet Usami's friend here, whose name is, just a minute. What is his name? Okay, yeah, I found his name. Tomoharu. So Tomoharu, his friend, Usami's friend, and like his best friend, kind of. And Surumi's like, "Oh, Tomoharu-kun, you're here." Like just talks to them, and then we get to see like Usami and Haru's like friendship. They're like together in school. They're like, "Oh, Usami's like Surumi's there in the dojo. Let's go." And they go to the dojo, and both of them are like kind of pulling Surumi's arm and like, "Oh, like like practice with me, practice with me." And yeah, in the end, like Surumi, we get to see Surumi talking to Usami, telling him how, "Oh, you'll be stronger. Like your core essence is something I've been able to like figure out. You'll be strong. Keep at it. Nobody your age is a match for you now. You'll be stronger than me soon." It's hard for me to go to the dojo anymore, and Usami is kind of sad, but he's happy at the same time that Surumi is like kind of complimenting him so much. So yeah, and then later we get to see Tomoharu again come in and like like do the whole dojo practice, and he's like, in the end, he's like, "Oh, let's practice," and Usami is like, "Oh no, no, I've had enough for today." Now this part, it took like, in the end I realized why as Usami was actually trying to like like go away from Tomoharu, because he was like seething inside, like he was just going to like like probably going to attack him like he did later, and he was going to do that, and that is why he didn't want to do that in front of everyone. So he was like, "Oh, keep away from me, don't come near me." That was what was going on. So he's like, I need to go, and oh no, wait, no, this happened later. The whole Surumi talking to Tomoharu, that happens after this. But I guess he still was seething in anger, because you saw like he was like, "Oh, like like I every time I saw talking with Surumi, I hated it, I didn't like it, like, but you crossed the line when that happened," that whole thing. So even before that he was kind of seething. So I guess he was probably like didn't really want to fight more with him, because he like kind of feared that his instincts is going to come out and he's going to attack him like that. So that's why he was trying to keep away from him or something. Anyways, and after that we get to see Tomoharu like sad sitting down, and Usami comes, and Usami is like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, this is my final day in the dojo. I'm going to go to the to Tokyo, I think that's what he says, and like my father is going to like let me do the get appointed like like in a school or something like that," he says. And he's like, "That's why I wanted to defeat Usami in the end, and I want to fight him like completely, like giving my all, and that's why I was telling him to fight with me." So Izumi is like, "Okay, you know what, like tell him what you feel, I'm definitely sure he's going to like just reply back in a positive way, and probably you're going to have a good fight." So he gathers up the courage, he goes to Usami, and he's like, "Let's fight." And Usami is like, at first he's like, "No," but then when he sees Surumi, he's like, "All right, fine, like where should we do it?" And Surumi is like, "Oh, outside over here, like like inside, like it's locked, so you have to do it outside." So after that, yeah, the battle begins, and you can see Tomoharu's like, "Oh, if I can beat Tokishige, I think I can make it in my own on Tokyo." And he's trying to find his courage, like by defeating him, he'll find validation in himself, that type of thing. So But yeah, he gets like, he's like crying, and he's just like, like almost like remembering in the past and everything. And then Usami like drops him down, and he's like, oh, I'm not done yet. And yeah, here we get to see Usami's face. He's like, "Ugh," kicks him in the throat, and bam, that's it. So Surmi comes in, immediately stopping the whole thing, and Surmi's like, what's going on? What are you doing? Like, it's crazy how Surmi was also surprised here. He wasn't really expecting this. And he's like, let's get the doctor. Okay, so he's like, Usami's like, oh, I didn't want to do this, but you told me to do in this wide open space. So, and he's like, my best friend. He always interrupted my time with you, Tokishiro-san. His dad is an important person in the army's second division. So I'll forgive him for all the attention he got from you, and the fact that he was going to school in Tokyo to become an officer and then get even closer to you. I'll forgive that too. And the fact that he never told me any of these. He was looking down on me for the whole. I don't think that's true, but still, he thinks that's the whole situation. And he's like, I'll forgive him for that as well. But what you said to him, I was outside and heard it all. And he talks about how he heard Tsurumi said like, oh, the strength of your emotion is just as strong as Tokishige-kun's, which is something he was unable to accept. He's like, oh, my emotion is inferior to him? How dare he? And he's like, that is all I had. And the fact that you said I was the best, and yeah, and Tsurumi is like looking at this and kind of processing all of this. And he's like, oh, this guy's perfect for my division. Like, hugs him to his chest. He's like, I'm sorry. I said that hoping he would leave and give up. And he's like, oh, that's nice. Like, you know what? It's okay. If that was the reason. Okay, so. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna check this part out a little bit, because is he dead? Okay, so yeah, there you go. So he died here, and he's like, oh, we are partners. And damn, so he kicked him so hard in the throat. He probably crushed his throat, what do you call that, the windpipe or something he did, I'm guessing. And probably he died from wasn't able to breathe properly, and that's how he died. The throat is a very soft part of the human body. If you kick it like that, good God, that's scary. Okay, so after that, Surimi is like, remember the story I am about to tell you carefully. There you go. And they decide to kind of blame it on the horse, and that's why the dad, the kid's dad came and killed the horse at anger. Okay, after that we both told that Tomoharu was kicked by Tokishiro-san's horse, and that's why his dad got angry and killed. When his father heard the news and came, he flew into rage and shot the horse. And this is where I first killed someone. And he's so messed up, and he's like, oh, this is a place where this is my holy land. I come here every time to pay respects. This is my holy place, and I keep remembering this to that day. There's secret that belongs to me and Tokishiro-san alone. And he says in the second division, his dad also gave you a lot of trouble, because your horse apparently killed him. So yeah, that's why you, even after going through all of that troublesome situation, you still kept my secret. So I'm very happy about that. He's so happy. And Film is like, that's fine. I was at a distance, so I was able to do my stuff a lot easily. I had a lot of freedom. And he's like, I couldn't let someone as interesting as you end up in there. So there you go. And he's like, come to my 7th division. I'll be waiting for you there. And then we go back to the first part where Surumi talks about those people who were afraid of killing, and he's like, this leads to the question: how can you get your soldiers to kill the enemy? This was the best part of this episode. Instead of simply pretending to shoot, in the past I saw something that made me think about what helps a man overcome his resistance to killing, and it's something I've always thought about. And I knew what he was going to say. I was like, yeah, he's probably going to say something along the lines of like love, respect, loyalty, something like that. And yeah, that's what he said. He says, what draws out the drive to kill in a soldier isn't hatred for the enemy or the fear of death or difference in ideology or politics. And the master's like, so what is it? Love. But that also means battling guilt, and we get to see those little flashbacks where everyone battled their own guilt. Like, Tsukishima went through that, Koito also kind of went through that, Ogata went through that, kind of. Like, Ogata's still suffering from it, like the whole guilt of killing his brother. He's still suffering from it. So all that stuff, and he's like, yeah, battling guilt. So we get to see a little bit of Tsukishima, where Tsukishima was saved by Tsurumi. How does one build love between himself and his men? Then we see Ogata, and then we see Koito. How does he create soldiers who will do even the dirtiest jobs? That's the question for a commander, which is him here, obviously. But some are born soldiers, and that is Usami. Aggressive, loyal soldiers who can kill without feeling guilt or regret. So basically, what he's saying here is like, oh, like, like if you're able to make your soldiers love you, you'll be able to make them kill others and get that hesitation away, and that's why you need to help them battle the guilt as well, and we kind of see all these characters, Ogata, Tsukishima, and Koito, and then he's like, but there are a few of them who are from the beginning like this. They're aggressive, loyal soldiers who can kill without feeling any regret or guilt. You don't need to go through all these process for those type of people, and that is Usami. So that's basically what he's like. He's like, yeah, Usami was like that, so I didn't really need to put much effort into letting him follow me, And however, these people, all the other people that's working for me, yeah, I had to go through a lot of stuff for them, a lot of guilt they had to battle. I helped them out in that and made them respect me, love me, and that is why they're doing it. Usami, however, he was like this from the beginning, and I didn't need to do barely anything. I think that's basically the whole summary of this whole thing. That's what he's saying. He's like, that is Usami. He's one of those exceptions, and I'm glad that he's with me. And that's why he's perfect for this serial killing, whole business. An army badly needs men like them. Yeah. And here we get to see Usami is already at his job. He's like, oh, this person, he's not a robber. He is an actual serial killer, a person who kills for the fun of it. And in his head, he's like, oh, this is just like me, perfect for me. And he's like, he's a pervert who'll go back to the scene of the crime again and again to jerk off while fantasizing about his skill. Just, I can tell. Yeah, obviously. Wow. And that's where it ended. Another brilliant episode. Good God. Tsurumi. I was wondering what manipulation did Tsurumi do to Usami. But as he says, turns out he's one of them naturals. So he didn't really need to do anything for him. He just accepted him with open arms. He's like, come, my boy. Come to my 7th division. You'll feel perfectly at home over there. And yeah, that's how it worked. So there you go. That was it. That is my reaction to episode number 9 of Golden Kamuy Season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Golden Kamuy. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.